Dr. Ranjbar.
Hello everybody, it's my honor to welcome you to Iran, all of participants from all continents of the world, my colleagues, my friends from Brazil, from Spain, Portugal, China, Hungary, Germany, India, and United States, UK, and maybe some countries that have been forgotten, New Zealand. I think around 20 countries has been participated in this conference, and it's our pleasure to welcome you to Iran. First of all, welcome to Iran, the land of culture, but not only a culture, a land of diverse culture, a land of continuous society, a land of flexible people during history in successes and failures. So, this is a country that you can find a dichotomy of change and stability. In our expertise, this is a good background for analyzing sustainability. So, this conference is a good opportunity to think about this dichotomy of change and stability. In a short speech, I want to say some facts about FUPS, the facts that why FUPS has been planned, how it is planned, and what we want to do during these 3 days. In other words, I'm doing a short speech about philosophy of the conference, procedure of the conference, and products of the conference. About the philosophy and why. You can see in this photo 2 different pictures. 3 years ago, thousands of teenagers of Tehran coordinated a virtual meeting in social media to gather together in public space of Tehran. They chose a shopping mall for their gathering. But we have a very enriched background of public space in the world of Maidan, which is Iranian world. During this conference, my colleagues from Turkey will speak about Maidans in Istanbul. You can find Maidans in some countries like in Armenia, in Azerbaijan, and other countries in Asia. So, this is a big question. What has happened to choose a shopping mall instead of Maidan? In my idea, these teenagers were not guilty because there is no real Maidan in Tehran. So, in other words, we can say the concept of public space is changing. It's changing all over the world. During these 3 days, you will explain your story about public spaces in each cities of the world that we can find that the concept of public space is changing. Maybe in other words, we can say the concept of public space is in danger. Another part of the philosophy of the conference is the urban challenge in Iran. 4 years ago, the Ministry of Road and Urban Development started to introduce key main challenges in the Iranian cities. One of them was the vitality of cities, and one of them was the mobility in cities that is quite dependent to how to think about public spaces. So that's why we choose these topics for the conference. Public space is changing from other aspects, from other issues, from other sciences, from other professionals. So it's time to think in another way about public space. This is why the conference has been planned. But how we gathered today together? you know that behind every event there is a long story. My colleagues and Dr. Ahmadi and Dr. Rafian told about the managing of the conference, but it was not possible to get together here if some kind, generous sponsors that helped us to be here. Ministry of Road Environment, Organization of Urban Regeneration and Revitalization in Tehran, and sub-consulting engineer. I cannot have a long speech, but maybe it is interesting for you how it is planned that today is together. First of all, we had a proposal 1.5 years ago at Department of Urban Planning and Design in Faculty of Art of Tarbiyat Mudarris University. Our colleagues helped to make the proposal, and after that university helped to accept it, and Ministry of Science also helped to accept this conference as an international conference. During this time, unexpectedly, I have been familiar with one of my colleagues from Netherlands, Tony Bush from Move Mobility, who is expert in the aspects of mobility of public space. Last year, we organized another meeting about this subject at university. It was a pre-event in this process. Then I called my colleague Michael Marti from University of Political Catalonia, who is the expert about public spaces in Europe. Like every time, he helped me. And Luisa Bravo from Queensland University was a motivator for the conference because he was planning such a conference in Bologna in 2014. And other partners that you can see in the photo from Iran, my colleagues from Iranian universities in urban planning and design subject. And the second part, that is what is our goals during 3 days of FUPS. The first goal has been achieved. Now we are together. I would have a special thanks to our keynote speakers, Professor Madanipur from Newcastle University, Professor Ludwig from Germany, Professor Tamara from Hungary, Dr. Piran from Iran, Dr. Izzadi, and Professor Purjafar from our university that kindly accept my invitation to come to this conference. After 1,200 exchanging email together, now we are here together. This is the first goal that has been achieved. Another goal is thinking, talking, visiting, and planning during these 3 days about public spaces. So it's my pleasure that invite you to talking during the conference, which is one of the main goals of public spaces. There are some facts that is interesting for you behind the logos of conference. The conference logo is Khaju Bridge. Tomorrow I will speak more in public talk about Khaju Bridge, which has been a main public spaces in Iranian cities that has been a main factor to continue culture, music, and art from ancient time to present time. Also, you can see our proceeding CD that I think it's around 600 pages, and you can find diverse articles from all over the world, because one of our main goal from a starting point of this conference has been introducing public space in each city as a case studies. In the first call of the conference, we received around 120 abstracts from all over the world, that about 60 of them was out of Iran. And it was a great achievement for this country and this conference, because it is the first one. And I'm sure in the next and third and in FUPS 2050, we will have more than 1,000 guests in Iran. And another thing that I think it is and maybe very interesting for us, and it is meaningful to the conference. Someone from Birjand, which is part of South Khorasan, someone from 1,140 kilometers far away from here, by their hand, made this bag of the conference. And maybe it is interesting for you that it's a charity with the name of Powerful Hands, who is helping to disabled people in this area. So, enjoy FUPS, and I hope you have a good time during the conference, during our tours. Our fresh executive committee are at your service. They are young, they are vital, they are helpful, that these are main qualities of public space. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ranjbar.